options that are good for the environment, that can also be good for shareholder benefit, for consumers' wallets. Ultimately, we need to make products that people want to buy at a price they're willing to buy it. When we launched the Filter for Good campaign, we were nervous about it because when you look at our pitchers, right, they're made of plastic. Our filters are made of plastic. One thing that I know I raised a red flag at, and we worked really hard, was our filters, while still certainly better than that 300 bottles of water, that one filter wasn't recyclable. We have now figured out a way to recycle it. It took a little time, and we pushed really hard on it, but now our filters are fully recyclable. We work with a US-based company called Preserve, you can send the used filter back to them, and they'll make it into other household items like toothbrushes and plates and cups. The best part about that is when you're done with that household item, you send it back to them again, and then they can make it into things like park benches, picnic tables. So are we perfect? Far from it. But we are constantly trying to be better and evolve. I think that's what we need. Companies, large companies, the Walmarts, the Targets of the world, are all trying to do that. And if they do it in the right way, they're also going to save money, which is going to go back to their bottom line, which is critical for business in this country. And we as consumers need to make sure that we are holding businesses accountable and demanding sustainable solutions. You know, we could put out a green cleaner. We have our line of Greenworks, all natural cleaners. I'd argue it's the only green cleaner on the market that actually works. We struggle to get that out to people, and people need to buy it. And if they don't, that's going to go away. That's not our fault. That's consumers' fault. So that's the best I can say.
Great. Okay. And I think we can probably get everybody in if we keep our questions and answers somewhat concise. But next question, can you state who you are and your question?
Hi, everybody. I'm Sherry Simpson-Dean, and I used to work with the music business. I had a vinyl, Walkmans, the whole deal. And now I'm working with the United Nations locally, and I run their local grassroots operation. And I'm listening to this, and I'm blown away by the technology, by the body of knowledge that you all possess. My question is, are you engaged in anything international? I know, Rohan, you've mentioned several things, but it strikes me that the issues we're dealing with in terms of water around the planet, in terms of creating greener futures for developing nations, just wondering if you can address any of that, because it's also desperately needed. Thank you.
Sure. From Sony's perspective, we are a worldwide organization. So when we talk about how we manufacture, when we talk about how we bring products to market, when we talk about technology change, we're reaching out really across the world, and different markets have different needs. The consumers that are in India and Brazil, developing nations, are going to have a different need than a consumer that's in the US or Europe. Working together, I think we can deliver the products to the consumers, deliver the content, the media, the music to consumers, and still find a need to do it in an environmentally friendly way.
Let me add to that. Being that I'm Jamaican, and I'm here in America, which is international to a Jamaican. Well, we created Wanda.org to reach to the people in Africa, South America, Jamaica, the Caribbean. So absolutely, which we're working with Charity Water and also Invisible Children and some of the other partners that we're working with. So absolutely, the outreach has to be international. But you know what I mean? But first you have to fix your home. Because you cannot fix outside your home unless your home is taken care of. So you start at home first. Charity starts at home. So we start at home, then we outreach to the other countries throughout the world, which my father represents the entire human race. It's important.
I know it's one of the simple things we're doing is it's a challenge because profitability of a promoter, a lot of their profitability comes from selling you food. And I've got an initiative I'm fighting right now called Festival Food Prices, sustainable food so a kid can come to a festival for 8 hours. One of the things I put, we talked to Drew, and if that works out, we're going to bring the breeder stations. If not, I'm just going to build one. I just bought a little Airstream yesterday, and I think I can quantify. And, bring it with me. But the promoters fight you because they don't want you to give up their water sales. So, to an international thing, I have a big meeting that just got set up for Wednesday. They're all flying in, all the heads of these companies. Because I'm presenting this, is one of the things I threw at them was, well, let's try to raise money for wells in Africa for kids making donations if they fill up at the station. They can buy their clean canteen or their product I have to balance. It's always a battle with these guys because ticket price, but that was one of the things that, hey, maybe we have a gauge on top of this Airstream that counts how many wells we've dug in Africa by the end of the summer. So the kids from Warped Tour and my other tours can say we did